sorry, that was really loud. I didn't have to volunteer anybody. We have a volunteer. And her name is Natasha.
Oh, she's hands is shaking.
That's okay.
When?
That's it.
So, I'm sorry. There's a reason I failed to speak so many times. I'm not even lying. But I started off this process with the knowledge that I would be stepping away from ballet for a while and not using that as my voice. So coming here, I knew that I would be pushed to different ways, and I was already struggling with different things, so it was good for me to step out. And I just didn't ever think that the Lord would ask me to use my voice like He is. And if you can see my legs, they're literally shaking. I don't know why. I'm like convulsing. But so I really wanted to dance because this is the end of my commitment to the Lord, to set aside dance so that I could get a new perspective on who He was. And I just want to thank Him for loving me so gently, because without His help, I would not be here today speaking in front of you, and I would not be able to lead worship like I did, or spontaneously speak to you all about what I was learning or encourage you. So thank you, Jesus. And I'm just going to start. I've been writing for the past few nights, trying to come up with a spoken word because the Lord said to talk with my voice. I did have a video that I put together a while ago, but that's not talking with my voice, so here we are. I'm just so nervous. I just never shared something that has just been my heart. So I didn't think it was be this hard. Listen closely, because the things that I'm telling you are as vital as the breath that I gave you. You catch your breath at the thought of me, like on a crisp autumn morning when the leaves turn orange and you have a hard time breathing in the short, icy breaths. Daughter, your freedom in me is assured. I don't play games. Your heart is the very thing that I long for, and I will continue to gently woo you and for the rest of your days. When you entrusted me with your heart 9 years ago, I didn't take that lightly. As much as I watched you struggle trusting me, I watched you begin to choose me above your story, the life with which I so graciously blessed you with. In those days and nights, you thought you were awake, waiting for me to show up to a venue I wasn't invited into. I stood right next to you, and I held your growing hand. And your palms were sweaty from the anxiety welling up within the deepest parts of your closed and sealed heart. I knew everything that tormented you, every situation that corrupted your little mind and turned it cold towards the people who were lost just the same. Just like my little one, they were frantically writing their stories and attempting to squeeze me in anywhere that seemed fit. As minds began to fill with more corruption, I kept knocking, and I kept a close watch on your heart. Sorry. What if our lives were actually like chapters in a book, each one more predictable, based on logic, easy to understand, no surprises? A series of predictable events that led to a logical explanation. Living my life based off of what I saw, everything became a chapter in my book. And while others say, let Jesus write your story, I grasped so tightly to the pen until my knuckles turned white and said with all determination, no, I got this. And as I continue to fumble through my life, each chapter is written so precisely and according to my expectations, but most vital, the opinions of my crowd. I looked around only to realize my fans are not impressed. Because somehow, as I walked out my next chapter, they were also writing their stories, unaware of the divine encounters of grace they were receiving. All the good times, where their lives were nice and lovely, filled with love and acceptance from the people around. In all the bad times they fought so hard to get out of, I was still there. Believe in me. Believe in my love for you. Believe in the process of obedience. Father, from the very beginning you have seen me. You know my identity, and you speak it over me now. Everything I question, you have an answer for. I can't explain who you are. Sometimes I don't know how or if I truly believe in the entirety of who you are. All I know is you surround me constantly with your blessings. All I've ever needed, you have provided it for me. I am your precious gift. I'm courageous. I'm not scared. I am beautiful. I'm bold. I'm a warrior.
Man.
I fight the battles in front of me. This is only the beginning of what the Lord has. I will keep seeking him out. I will keep seeking my identity. I will go home, walking out my identity in Christ. I will continue stepping out, because my freedom is knowing my worth, knowing my identity, walking in joy. Freedom is seeing my process and trusting my Maker.
Amen.
Thank you. Anybody want to go next? I was gonna call on you, so.
Really? Okay.
Good.
I need so much.
Nobody cares.
Is the projectors working?
Yes. Is it off?
I think it's off.
Shemaya!
Are those your shoes, Shemaya?
But first one was 40 minutes.
Okay.
Individual.
Okay, it's working. Ooh, not now. Okay. Alright. How do I put on the sound? Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh.
I'm in the picture.
Let's do it.
We all look so young.
Okay. All right. I'm always ready.
Hallelujah.
Are you guys ready? All right. When I prepare this project about my identity, I was thinking about my DTS, how God really teach me about what I am. Well, for me, this past 6 months of DTS, God showed me, God told me, teach me. The one thing that He tell me that He calls me to be a missionary. So the whole DTS was, every month was to make a decision. So first thing first was, am I deciding to come to Hawaii? Next one was, am I going to decide my family? Or second one was, third one was, am I choosing to do His ministry? And the last one was giving up my desires. Well, it was a long journey, and for me, I give up myself to the Lord, and I give my life, and I give my body, my life, and my voice, and everything to God. And this is one thing that I can tell, that He is my identity now. And there was 2 difficult decisions that I have to make. One was my family, giving up my family, and my mom was the last person that would don't want to let me go. But there was a day that my mom let me go, and when I do the face talking with her, she was like telling me that I'm going to let you go. I'm giving you up to the Lord. I am not your true mother. Your true parents, your true father is God. He will protect you now. So she was crying and she would let me go. I saw my mom tears through that screen. It was so heartbreaking for me, but also it was a moment that my mom really let me go to the Lord. And she, with her sharing like that, she shared me this song, the song. And this song is about Moses' mother, Yocheved, when she carries Moses, baby Moses, and she prayed to the Lord, and she letting him go inside the basket and letting him go through the river. Even the river is like, don't know what's gonna happen, but she still pray and believe that God will lead him. Because of her letting go of Moses to the Lord, Moses became a man that really divides the sea, and he became the man that really leads all Israelites. Like that, my mom said, I will let you go. That was my first difficult moment, but it was more blessing for me. And the second one was giving up my. I thought I was. I told Jesus that Lord, I give up to you. Use me. I was like this, but God is telling me, what about your other hand? I was holding like this. My one hand was up behind, but this was very difficult for me to go like this. A lot of tears and a lot of hurts and broken down was during this process, but when I opened my arms and hands like this, God really showed me my emptiness. Like for me, it was emptiness, but it was freedom. I got nothing to do, nothing to hiding from me now. But because I opened my two hands, Lord lift my two hands up high. And that's how He showed me the Bible verse of Abraham too. When Abraham decided to go, when Abraham choose God, when God called him, he go. And when Abraham was even like this, he have to sacrifice his son, his loving son. Like that, I have to give up my last desires in my heart. As like that, as Abraham obeyed, I choose to obey him. And this is why now I give myself to the Lord. So this song, actually my mom gave me the song that she's letting me go, but I'm now gonna dance on the song to give myself to the Lord. So I'm going to dance. This is very nervous. I never danced like this before, but I'll try my best. And I'm not dancing this for the Lord. He's dancing with me right now. Thank you.
Ooh.
was so beautiful.
Jay.
Alright guys, who's next? This is great, right? This is amazing. So much talent, so much heart.
Who else wants to go back to that?
Does anybody volunteer? Ellie, you wanna go? Yeah, girl. Alright, if everybody will please turn on their airdrop, we will get started.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
We'll share.
yeah, if you could, that would be amazing.
Everyone. Sorry.
That's not gonna be sure airdrop.
I can't get her girl upstairs though.
My hair got on.
Can I start?
Please.
Okay. So, I could talk about so many things that God, that God, that God has shared with me through this process. So, when we were in Italy, I heard from him that I should start drawing again. And then the next day, Jamie came out and was like, yeah, so we're gonna do these projects and you're gonna do something creative. And right away I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw. Because I just started drawing again. So yeah, supplies wise, it was really difficult. And I didn't really have any paper or a proper pen. So I downloaded an app. And every morning, in my quiet time, I kind of meditated, and some mornings I would draw things. So that's what you see in this picture here. I came here actually with a monologue prepared, but I heard from God pretty clear that I was supposed to go back to my drawing. Yeah, I know that I wrote the monologue though, for myself, so, yeah, anyway, so, first of all, we have a sunflower, and that is surrounded by stars. Many of you know, I have a shooting star tattoo on my wrist. And I got this because my coworker at Starbucks was like, oh, let's get matching star tattoos. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went and I got it permanently tattooed on my body off of a whim. Probably not the best choice, but I did it anyways. And I didn't really, it didn't mean anything to me. I was just like, oh, it's pretty. But I think that God has really brought up a new meaning to this tattoo. And I got that meaning actually a couple of nights ago. That was last night? Yeah, last night. Last night when we did our people would give us words, and Lena actually saw a vision for me that was like really personal to me. It was like I saw a shooting star and I wished on it, and it was like God hears you, basically. And so that really just gave me a new identity of He wants to be like really personal with me. And I mean, that's not identity, but I think he's still growing in that. But okay. Okay, Sunflower. My name was changed, as many people know, during DTS, and Ellie actually means sunbeam. And every night, me and Nicole actually get together. Shout out to you. We get together and we listen to God about what He wants to speak into our identity and calling. We listen for each other. And when we were in Italy, Nicole got a vision of me in a sunflower field. And just recently, actually, last night, she got the same vision, but instead I turned around and I was like happy. And so I think that He's really building in the joy area of my life. And just the fact that I'm a sunbeam and like sunny.
Sunbeam and sunny.
So the heart that's at the bottom was the very first thing that I drew when I heard during my quiet time. And I got the verse Proverbs 4:23. And it's, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows through it and from it. So God has really installed in me a heart of compassion, and He's really spoken that into my life with visions of Him physically taking His heart out and just placing it in my hands, and I'm like, whoa, what do I do with this? But yeah, I really feel like that's something that He's really installed into my identity, because I didn't really have a well, it's not like I didn't have a compassionate heart before, but you know what I mean. So the hand that's going like this, that He has given me the identity of a worshiper. And not only that, but a beautiful worshiper. So when I first led worship, I was really scared. And I actually ran out of the room and had like an anxiety attack or whatever the first time. But I got better, and now I really love worshiping. And it's one of my favorite things to do, and just like singing and giving my voice to the Lord. And I think that He's really giving me the identity of a worshiper, and that He just loves to hear from me as His daughter.
Amen.
And how much I love Him. And the wildflowers. So He's also giving me, He gave me the word beauty. Excuse me. He gave me the word beauty. And He also gave me the Bible verse, Luke 12:27. Consider the wildflowers. Consider how they grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. So I think that, in everything that society tells people about how you have to look a certain way, I really struggled with that, but I think now it's really broken off of me, and yeah, He's telling me that I'm just beautiful and I don't even have to work for it, and He sees me as beautiful.
Amen.
So, yeah. All in all, I think that identity was one of the things that I came here searching for, and I found it in my new name and in really hearing from the Lord, and just really asking Him about what my identity is, and He totally answered me. So thank you.
Nicole's waiting.
Ellie!
Oh!
You need to come.
Is everybody hanging in there? You good? Okay? Yeah? Who's left?
Valentina just volunteered. Valentina just
Do we
raised it.
need a 2-minute break? Yes.
No,
No.
we're good.
Sorry, if you have to go potty, you have to go on your own time. So, we're in kindergarten again. Who wants to go next? Any volunteers? Valentina volunteer?
She was like,
Oh, I didn't see. Perfect. It's TT. Auntie TT. I'm so excited. Yeah. Hopefully it hooks up okay. Tech guy.
Just gonna check the volume. I hope it's
I should turn your lights on. It's like,
She said, I don't want to get recorded. Oh, Valentina, is that the...
What?
actually want to ask if we can move and like sit here. Because it's so far away.
Maybe we could help scoot this just a tiny bit back, and then there will be room. That's because